back at it with another video. Welcome. Thanks for clicking on this video. My name is Sean Fletcher, and essentially what I am doing here is I am building my lifestyle business in real time. What is a lifestyle business? A lifestyle business is a business sort of built on the back of content. It could be sort of classified as a coaching or consulting kind of business, and there's like some community elements in there as well. The reason why I want to build a lifestyle business is because it gives me three things. It gives me freedom of time, freedom of location, and then freedom of creative expression. So all three of the freedoms is pretty cool. And so I can do this anytime I want. I can essentially do this anywhere I wanted, and then I can work on anything or talk about anything that I want. And so, but you might also be asking, why should I even care, or like, what does that even mean, or what do I have that keeps you on this video? Well, so I'm 39 years old, and I was able to sort of overcome some pretty crazy limiting beliefs over the years. And so I essentially went from, make sure I was recording. I essentially went from working offshore on tugboats for many, many years, like 10 years. And then I sort of changed careers. So I'm not like a career coach by any means, but I was able to, kind of squash that limiting belief, change careers, and then, land my dream job at a multi-million-dollar sports brand as a marketing manager, right? And I did all of that without a college degree or finishing high school. As I said earlier, you can imagine the mountain that I had to climb to get where I'm at now. And so the transition from working offshore and then coming into like this marketing world, and then also learning all of the elements when it comes to marketing, and not even just marketing, but also project management and like the systems and processes. And so I've learned so much over the years, and so I'm basically bottling all of that up to then build my own business based off of my past experience. And so I'm here documenting it. So then, I have the conviction, I have the imagination and conviction to be able to get where I want to be. It's just inevitable. It's just like I keep doing the thing. I keep walking forward, keep working forward. I have the conviction in my head that this is just going to work. It could be the 20th video, or it could be the 100th video that really sets it off. But, it's going to happen. So that's just the conviction that I have here. And with this video, I really wanted to dive into that identity transformation. I never understood it like consciously. It was kind of something that I like learned and just like was like trying to figure it out. But now, after doing some studying, I actually kind of figured out like what I was doing. In a nutshell, and this is probably going to be one of the shorter videos because I want it to just be really, really punchy and impactful. What really set it off for me, basically just like that self-trust and sort of planting the flag on anything that I want to do, I actually do it. So the follow through, the ability to follow through is one of the most important things, because before you can absolutely do anything, you have to sort of like build up that muscle in order to, like, it could be anything. Like, creating content is like a process, right? And it takes time, it takes effort. You got to think about things. But until you actually, not only become the person that's actually, making the content, that's part of the identity transformation. What was really practical for me was moving forward, my word is law, right? And I started small, and that's okay. So if you wanted to start small, you can say, I want to wake up 10 minutes early than usual. And honestly, you want to try and do that. You want to do it so small, it kind of feels dumb not to do it. And then you could just do that for a couple of weeks, maybe even a month or so. And then, but add other things to it. But before you know it, you're going to be building that muscle, and then you're going to start believing, and like you're going to start building that trust within yourself. And you're like, wow, I'm actually someone that's actually been following through. And so that's it's like one element of it. So there's the, becoming somebody that your word is law. That's like one element of it. The second part is sort of like not really in order, but it's just something to be aware of, but is you have to become the person first before you see it like in real time, before you actually see it like in reality. And I know that's like pretty deep. We can get into it another time, but you basically have to understand that you right now will not be able to sit down and consistently do the content or whatever, or go to the gym. You have to become that person that's actually doing it. I like to call myself like Sean 2.0. What is Sean 2.0? Who is he? And so I'm designing my life based around Sean 2.0 and then working backwards from that, right? Sean 2.0 is someone that actually is consistent, follows through, word is law, and does not deviate. So whatever I say I do it. But just here recently, I started running. I've been running for about 2.5 months now, and I walk a lot. So I'm already sort of an active person, and I walk a lot, over 10,000 steps, sometimes 15,000 steps. But so I'm pretty active, right? But then I was like, I want to start running, and so I started running. I started running a mile, and I was doing a mile for a little while. And then I was like, all right, I'm ready for 2 miles. Then I was doing 2 miles for a little while. And then I was like, I want to do a 5K, which is like 3.1 miles. The interesting part is that over time, I basically just sort of developed this like belief in my head that like I'm going to just get this 3.1 miles. So I believed it first, and then I did it, right? That's basically how you get what you want, and how you like take over. So I like, and I said it in the last video, but I like to think about it as a be, do, have. Most people are do, be, have. It's backwards. You need to be the person, become, then do it, and then you'll have it, right? That's really the gist of this video, is that watch this again, because it is vital in order to actually move the needle on really anything. This is just life, lifestyle, not even just outside of business, but it's just like all of it, right? It's your entire life. And so it's like going to the gym. You might be going to the gym and you might be like, doing pretty good, and then all of a sudden something derails you, and you fall off, and then you stop going. Well, with this formula, with this way of thinking, this blueprint, if you will, you just don't fall off, because your 2.0 version isn't somebody that falls off. They just keep going. They get derailed, and they don't spiral or anything. Oh my God, I messed up. All that effort was a waste. No, you're calm. You collected. You bring it back down into the thing, and then you just get back to it. No big deal. That's the 2.0 version. So that's what we're talking about in the Unconventional Path. I got a community there. It's like just a few people. I like to try and stay active in there as much as possible, and so would love to have you in there and come and hang out. We can talk about stuff like this. Come in, introduce yourself, and we can have a chat, and I think that'd be great. Cool. Later.